Ah, I'm alive. I'm alive. So, I'm going to do a quick rundown of what usually happens, just in case anybody watches these later. You will know, and it might help some people understand. So, I am Dr. Mia Lueth, and I do a lot of different independent research. But recently, I had to stop doing that because of illness. Anyway, God Cares Ministries is a small ministry that I started, and any kind of help. Some of it can be, time or just I'm not necessarily looking for advice, but if I really need to find something out, I'll mention it. I mean, that's the thing about the internet. You can usually find what you're looking for if you need something. So this is good. But um, I haven't been to any doctors in the last few weeks. I kind of dropped off a medication, and I'm going to drop off another medication, which is good. But some of that kind of puts me not in the greatest mood. So I stayed off the live situation for a little while, and I think I am going to have to try and get this down to 30 minutes. So uh, I'll probably go close to 45 though. This is probably yeah, 30 minutes will probably be the least, and 45. So we'll see. Anyway, uh, I know that my lighting is kind of wonky. Like all of this entire my entire apartment is kind of like a studio, so it's now being maneuvered in certain areas. And since I'm, you know, tired and not as healthy as I would like to be, which causes me issues sometimes because I just know, okay, I just need to get up and do this and do that and do this, and it just doesn't happen that way, which is fine with me. um, but anyway, donations will go to me. I am the founding pastor, and I'm going to say it's just plain non-denominational everything. Okay, but I am not going to disregard a creator. So you want to say creationist, it doesn't mean that it's against evolution. So, you know, this is not at all what it is. There are certain viewpoints, perspectives, and advantages when you are just sort of always seeing God in everything. You see, because He's there, and I wouldn't really lie to anybody about that because I'm not that kind of shisty. It's that I can get like down and dirty if it comes right down to it, and it just is okay. This kind of situation should not come anywhere near a human being, and we all needed to, right, in agreement to just freaking squash it like a little bug. Well, then, yeah, I'm like, let's do some bug squashing, okay? So what I'm saying is that, I have a type of PTSD that just really caused me too much issue. And so when it comes to the National Hockey League, I've been a fan, I don't even know, since I was a little kid, way young, way young. And there's some things that, gentlemen, I've listened to the old boys club and the new boys club and the old new boys and the new old boys. And yeah, okay. I've been listening to them for just years and years and years and years and years. And I've been around males for years and years and years and years. And I listen to your complaints about how you don't understand women and what you don't get. And there are some things. And so what I'm going to say is, okay, I get that. But that is kind of the way I am, why I am. Because I've been listening to you fellows the whole time. For people who just they don't understand or they don't get, like, okay, woman is a weaker vessel, like that's some kind of terrible, horrible, prison that's just a never ending hell from which you cannot escape. So if you're the kind of person who thinks like that, then no, you aren't going to understand. I don't see it that way, and I don't agree with it. But when it comes to the National Hockey League, yes, years it takes. With the stubborn heads, you got right. They're always coming at you because right, nothing's supposed to change. Yeah, well, when God provides something that is good for all of us, well, then you accept the change. Otherwise, you all need to step away from the National Hockey League and take time off and do what you do with the rest of your life. Okay? That's how I feel as a person who's been listening to all of these fellas. All of them, just around. I'm a total hockey sponge. Constant sponge, sponge, sponge. Gimme, gimme, gimme. What? And time and time again. I the brutality of certain things that happen in and around certain places is unacceptable, gentlemen. Okay? I'm watching an ice hockey game and I see NHL professionals on ice, and one of them goes up and just like smacks the crap out of the other, falls down blindsided. Yeah, it, it can happen. Like, it's like temporary insanity for just that hot second, and they don't understand that they need to stop. So I'm not talking about what's going on inside the glass, but I am trusting the old boys club to take it easier on each other than you had it. Okay? That's all I'm saying. The rest of it is it's not my business. So fine. But when there are human people going in and out of all these places, all right, most of them are not you. Most of them, they're not you. They don't work in the business. They don't know. They are not prepared. You understand? They are not prepared to be attacked. They are not prepared to have things thrown at their children. They are not prepared to go there looking for a fight. So all the fight jokes really just hockey game and a fight broke out, right? This is what you all need to slowly move out. I know why fights start, and I know why full contacts happen. And so, right, they've probably been injured like 4 times before they even, yeah, I don't know, got to high school. You see what I'm saying? So these guys are a little different, and they can tolerate a whole lot more. The fan base, however, gentlemen, do you understand? Can't. And there are too many people who are not used to, they don't have that, crunchy, leathery exterior that's battle tested, and nothing freaking phases you. So a little more time, care, and attention on all the kinds of fans and all the kinds of people that are in the see, it is okay, you want protection of your shield, well, then you all need to agree on how to protect it. And that needs to be the way you do it. So if there's some stupid shit that really needs to go to the authorities, you let the stupid shit go to the authorities. You understand? And then it does not touch your shield. That's all you need to do. And that's all I trust any of you to do. And I'm always going to love ice hockey. I haven't seen an ice hockey game in weeks, but it doesn't matter because I've seen so many. I'm just like, I can just think about hockey games that I've seen, you know. Yep. So I've seen so much that says, oh, I got all kinds of good memories. You understand? Some of it is the reason why it was so hard to and so slow to try and get hockey to hook on in places. You see, if you want to be worldwide, okay, you have to understand that the way you've been trying to hook, right, it has been dragging you backwards for quite some time. So because I do give a crap and I don't get paid. And, but I am telling you that I have PhDs and I'm actually exactly as I say, and I'm exactly who, and these information and facts are all out in the wide open somewhere. And I've had my information, right, totally put out into wherever space without my permission. So obviously, yeah, I'm not one of those kind of people that's going to do that because I don't want to do that to somebody. And I don't even care if somebody hates me and wants to kill me. What I'm saying is, yep, I have no freaking idea why it is this difficult. But what's going to happen from this point on is the National Hockey League is not going to worry about what the other leagues are doing. Okay, right? Don't worry about it. You all need to protect your own selves, and sometimes you need to, right, help another hold thy tongue. Okay, and sometimes you need to eyeball somebody, and and kind of give them that look like, yeah, don't say a word kind of situation. And there's a lot of electronic communication going on, so little tiny leaks. And see, we're not National Hockey League, not in the spy business. Okay, so I'm trusting, right, the fully grown men who I've been watching grow, and some of them have families, right? And some of them are still involved in the business. And all I can say is, hey, some of you can let go. Yeah, the punk kids finally got it. Okay, right? The young punks. Yeah, they got this. Understood? Right. Some of this hard gets too hard and it gets too angry. You understand? Gentlemen. And then you spew it out in toxic ways to people you love and to other, right, hockey lovers. And so we can take some crap, right? I talk mean to my family all the time. We didn't even give a shit, right? Exactly. Like, forget you. And there's nothing. I would just look at my and be like, that's because right, your brains are not located here. So my brothers were easy to overtake, is what I have been trying to get across, gentlemen. You understand? See, women are going to be getting in the game. You got to understand some things, okay? But every woman is going to have her tolerance level. Me, I have a high tolerance level for a lot of your right, should just remain never manifested kind of behaviors, gentlemen, that do involve, right, how you get your, right, penis into something so that you can make more something, which is something like you. I get it. Problem is, right, some of you weren't thinking about the fact that maybe this isn't a game we're playing. Maybe life is not just some game where you're allowed to just go anywhere and you think that you are entitled in any way, okay, to something that you old boys clubbers like to call, right, the low hanging fruit. Okay, well, I decided to remove all that fruit because it's not yours. So if any of you old boys clubbers in the National Hockey League have a problem with me, you will yourself send me an email and you will yourself discuss very what exactly is it I'm trying to say. Okay, let's not, no, there's not a lot of hanging around having big gigantic parties, gentlemen. You understand? Even if it's the cup. Okay, scale it back and do it now, or everything that I can sense means there's either going to be a player strike or you're going to lose two franchises, right? So if you don't want that, then right, the brains, yeah, need not to be all clouded up with a bunch of crap. like shitloads of alcohol and, people you can't trust and people with cameras and people taking little snippets of what you said and, yes, making it seem like you're some kind of, a reckless, careless, pile of crap. Now, if there are those kind in the National Hockey League who really just can't, and they just constantly have to be, I'm the center of attention and everyone else must suffer. Well, then cut the freaking head off, gentlemen. Okay? Right. I haven't been watching a lot of ice hockey and I turned away from it for a while. And yeah, I fasted. Yep. I didn't even use the internet for a year. I didn't look at the ice hockey, even though I had the NHL Center Ice package. Not really a good sign for you. So, right, you're going to upcycle this and you're going to do some cleaning and you're going to do some responsible things. And each club is going to get rid of passengers. Okay. Yes, even if they are owed and respected. You see what I'm getting at? All right. Volunteer time then. Because I get it. You're going to live hockey, you're going to die hockey. Right? I'm going to live hockey the only way I know how. Right? I'm out in another freaking hockey void. So my only option is, okay, well, at least on the Prime TV, I can get Philadelphia news where I am. And so at the very least, I hear about the Flyers. And because I hear about the Flyers, I hear about the playoffs. Right. That's not been the case for people growing up in Baltimore and Baltimore Network. It's not. So how your cities came to be hockey, risen and all that other kind of thing is different from everybody else's. Well, I had enough of it and I'm not going to be in another hockey void for any longer. And so, yes, well, if I am not really too thrilled with the Holy Lord Father God, that's true. Very true. Right. But no women or children are going to go through what some of us have had to go through. And whatever I got to do to stop that. So that's another reason that I started this ministry. Is like, I don't give a shit. Fine, people want to be like that. It's just screw it. I'm like, well, I'll talk to the witches and the wizards and the whoever else is. I don't care, right? What? I don't know. We're all people, right? Yeah. So when it comes to the National Hockey League, the one thing that I did notice, and it's something that if anybody really wants to look at it and dissect it a little and let it marinate, the term in the bylaws for the National Hockey League bylaws, right, from its creation, it describes a sport as entertainment. You understand? Okay, so that should no longer be there. It should just be, okay, right? And if it's going to say entertainment, it's going to say sports entertainment. You see, that's the point. Is all of you playing in the National Hockey League, you understand, are written and viewed by the bylaws as just mere, clowns and, puff and fluff because you're entertainers, you see. So if there's a strike and anyone wants to say, well, we're not doing crap until the bylaws are changed, that's where you go. Screw all the rest of it. Okay? If, the NHL loses two clubs, I don't know which ones, but I have a suspicion there's one of them. Right. Likely, probably located in New York. All right. So be more discerning. Just like, how much does someone love ice hockey? Instead of handing clubs over to people who are not ice hockey lovers. You understand? If you're all business, you understand? You need to go. You understand? Okay? You need to go. And that's polite way. That's the polite way to do this. All right? You are better fit for other things, but So it has to be hockey love. It has to be the hockey loving hockey lifers who continuously, right, maintain and, push forward just a little. Okay. If there is a hockey player anywhere in the National Hockey League, even just one who is afraid, okay, to go to his own club and walk into his own locker room and be around the people, you understand, who he is around all day, then your club has a problem. And every other club is going to help you, right, overcome it. That's how you should be working, fellas. And if you're not, well, you're going to have to be. Like, I have no idea from one day to the next what the hell is going to happen to me. But I've had at least a week off without having to go to a doctor. So at least I have that little tiny ray of sunshine. So that is pretty much the gist when it comes to my health. But that's also pretty much how I feel about certain things National Hockey related. So at some point, somebody's going to see it. Somebody's going to know. Right? You'll be drawn to this. You will. It'll happen. The ones who need to see this and hear this will eventually see it and hear it. But right, the hockey lifers all need to be aware of each other, and it doesn't matter. We don't have rivalries at all. Okay, we don't. We have friendly competitions among our cities and among our fans. Okay, you're pushing the rivalry a little too hard. All right, the general audiences are not, you know, yep, really that capable of understanding that kind of meme. You get what I'm trying to say? So, right, so it can't build in the general public that way. It can't build in the general public that way. So, all the players really need to do, and the players union, anybody else is, well, don't encourage fans to fight each other. Just if you, yes, omit one thing, you're actually, you know, doing a kindness for other human beings. See, right? There's been a lot of people injured, and there's been a lot of situations. And me personally, I'm not the bloodthirsty kind of fan. And so I will start separating myself and finding another area to fit. If you are constant, angry, hot, fiery, burn you, must kill you, right? For some reason, we are on an epic battle to save mankind. You understand? Okay? So think about it. Your kids go in and out of buildings, and so do all your friends and the people who work for your club. We all need to be more considerate of each other. And every club should check for, quick and exit strategies for lots of humans in the first place. So maybe some of you don't need to have as many humans. Okay. Anytime the NHL expands, right, that also leaves room for AHL expansion. So all those who are just absolutely, you get kids who don't understand, why can't we go to the ice hockey game? Right now that we can do things, mass or not, just everyone else who just feels like you're totally priced out of the National Hockey League, well, then start looking at the American Hockey League. It's much more budget friendly. And these guys, some of them, you see, they're going to be NHLers. So you can say you've seen NHLers, see? And some of them will sometimes come to an AHL after they've been with the NHL club. And then you get to see, okay? And anybody who has post traumatic stress, heavy stimulus, or you get triggered by lots of stimulus. So, yes, there's some people in the autistic community, right, need less stimulus, flashing lights. There are people who get seizures, right? It it didn't happen to me. I I've never been to an AHL game where I've been triggered. So, wounded warriors, people who love ice hockey, but the NHL, yeah, it's, trust me, they got grit, and they got, NHL, some of them, and some of them are quite happy just playing in the AHL city, and they're all good, and whatever the case may be. But this brings me to the last thing that I want to mention about what I hear, some of you fellas saying, because some of you are young punks to me. So, I got to that age where, okay, well, fine, but here's my perspective. Yeah, like it or not, you understand? I'm going to put it out. When somebody sees it, you will understand what I'm saying. Any of you talking about jersey burning because you're getting sent down to the AHL, get over your vain, ignorant selves and zip it in public, okay? Because that's part of what's hurting hockey. That's part of the reason why, you understand, right? And there are certain reputations that, right, the NHL has had for certain reasons, okay? Well, yeah, you're going to clear that all up, and nobody's going to do that shit anymore. So the oldsters better be right teaching the youngsters everything that you freaking know, like today, right now, gentlemen. But jersey burning, okay, I did at one point have a very small contract with an AHL team because that AHL team was wise enough to know that affiliation with an NHL club is going to give them certain advantages that they didn't have before. So they hired me. Okay, they somebody saw my blog, and that's that. But what I got to see with my own two eyeballs, gentlemen, was the minute an NHLer came down from right from the NHL club and hopped in with the AHL club, I've never seen the audience, the people started coming to the AHL games. You see what I'm saying? You see? So, y'all, with the jersey burning, I don't really want to turn on the TV anymore and even look or listen because I'm going to hear one of you be all talking about jersey burning. You understand? And besides all that, they're going to watch everything you do. They're going to learn. They're going to be like, this is how the people in the National Hockey League represent. You understand? So, what the hell is the matter with you? I don't give a crap if you're the ones who do it and I don't. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Like, it's just straight out. It was just absolutely like instant change. I saw the instant change just like that. As soon as an NHL, and these fellas are going to want to listen and learn and, figure out and watch like little hawks everything that you do. You're going to be like a freaking major league pow superstar. Okay? Right. So all this bullcrap with the jersey burning, you need to understand. You will then, have some say in, maybe the coach asks you, right? The AHL coach asks you, is this, right? Who's giving you a hard time? Who's giving you, who's giving you the challenge, right? And so the ones who are, giving the NHL a bit of difficulty are the ones that, then coaches and other people know, like, well, they're at a certain level. Okay. I've had it with all this, you're trying to put too much excitement into something that's already exciting enough as it is, because I can assure you, there's this little, like, I love to look out into crowds, video, photos, all that kind of stuff that's out there when there's like little kids and babies. But everybody, ears, okay? Put some cotton or something that a doctor will, or have little like ear muffs or something. One, if you've gotten autistic, it'll be very helpful because otherwise, autistic is just constantly being traumatized as they grow older. And so there are a lot of autistics who have severe post-traumatic stress. And so, be careful about that, please. But, like, find little things and more, like there's bands, musical artists who, have fans and people who, make sure that, there's proper ear protection, okay, for the little kids that are, something. But I every time I see a little kid, I'm just like, yeah, man, that's right, ice hockey. Welcome, like welcome you to the wonderful world, national hockey league. but it's not just National Hockey League. So I think the AHL really should be getting more attention. You understand? Because those of you who live near and you can't afford season seats, and I mean, I don't even want to know what the prices are. You understand? I don't even want to know. But right, they're those, and so right, the AHL also gets a chance to expand. Yep, but you need to have right, like responsible, good growth, and you have to have responsible, good thoughts. And if you feel like you are getting the love of ice hockey sucked out of you, and it's just feeling like it's just going to be too much, open your freaking mouth. You understand? To whoever you have to open your mouth to. All right? Because you're doing yourself and everybody else a favor. And if it really comes down to it, it's just like, well, I just don't seem to have the zip and the piss and the vinegar. I don't really care. Tell someone. Right. Like precision honesty. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I like about some of the clubs and some of the ways that some of the organizations run themselves. It is precision honesty all the time. And everybody's, cutting each other some slack here and there. Well, if that's what some franchises can do, then all franchises can do that. Everybody needs to understand if you are sent to an AHL once you've played, first of all, it's going to be easier, right? You're not going to have as much pain. You're not going to have as much sores, right? Some of these guys hit you, they're not really doing much to you, you see? And it's going to be a slower pace no matter how fast that zippy little, AHL franchise is still for you. They get to see the poise. They get to see the difference. And so the reason that the Washington Capitals, I'm going to go over 30, the reason that the Washington Capitals just lost me was just years of certain things. But yes, it's like we all just so cool, right? Yeah, we just ride along and, everything just comes to us. Oops. Oh, no, they don't. Oh, my God, we got to save the club. Blah, blah, blah. This is really bad ice hockey. Holy shit. Compared to the rest of the NHL, those of us who've had to go through that, okay, you know, that is a huge chunk of my life that got taken out of me. Okay. And unfortunately, when I'm hearing and seeing things and I'm gotten to the point in how I understand the game, it's just like there are some unprofessional motherfuckers all sitting their fat asses down everywhere, every time that I go to a Capitals game. Okay. Right. Just looking around, these people, no, they don't know where anything. I don't know where it is. I don't know my job. That club has so many passengers. I'm just like, well, fine, yeah, they're gonna push me out, right? Because you got nothing but a lot of bullshit being slung around. So I actually call this club now the National Hockey League Social Club, formerly known as the Washington Capitals. I'm done with it. Yeah, for good. So anytime the Capitals are playing another team, I'm rooting for the other team. So, right, I'm with every other team, but the Washington Capitals. Fine. Moving on, right? That club, just the immense waste, the immense, attempt to build way big, okay, but be really, really not able to actually keep that build, keep building on nothing, and then you keep, and I don't really care anymore. I'm a builder. I know how to build. I know exactly how to build. Okay, it it is a bad scene sometimes, and I'm not gonna take shit from some angry teenage Washington Capitals fans, right? And I don't ever go to an ice hockey, right, surface and expect that I'm going to have to protect myself from someone trying to hurt me, which is what happened. But I was already It's like, fuck this, I'm out. I don't give a shit which club helps me wherever I'm going. I'm just fucking right. I don't care. How you doing, Bolts? See, yes, Tampa was the only place that I, in my lifetime, got to go see the Stanley Cup listed. Yeah, I know. Oh, it's just like, I was so happy. I was like, it's not even my team, but look at how happy everybody here is. Yeah, you. Yeah. It was so, but I got to be in the building, and I would have preferred to be the Caps, but it doesn't matter. At least in my lifetime, I have been able to see the Stanley Cup be lifted. So I hung around with Tampa for a little while, right? But it's also because I like to keep eyes on how goalies are getting handled. All right, I can't help it. I know what it's like to be a goalie, and I know what it's like to be an elite level goalie, and I know what it's like when there's just like constant pressure. It gets more and more pressure filled because if you are close to a shutout or you're close to, that if they score, like especially in the playoffs, every time, every time someone scores a goal, your team against you, your team has to score too. That's a lot of work. So I understand why defensive systems are the way they are. And I really don't give a crap if people don't like the defensive systems. Okay. Because you can have a defensive system that is like opportunistic as all get out. So my views on how people see things in ice hockey may be a little different. But when it comes to players, like if I don't want to turn it on anymore, guys. I don't. I don't. It's the old boys club now. It's got some more old boys all lined up with Gretzky and I like McHugh though with the beard. McHugh with the beard, exactly. Like little wild man McHugh, yeah, with the beard. Yeah. So, but now there's a guy who knows some hockey. You understand, right? No, no, fellas, no. You aren't going to exactly repeat, and you are not going to right. Everyone is going to make sure that you are a bit less abusive to everyone, including yourselves. That's what you need to do. But I'm out of the whole thing. Okay. But I was saying with the little kids every time I see one, but it was a little Jets fan, a little tiny baby, right? When during one of the live games, the camera ran, and there's this little tiny baby, right, being held up right on the glass, right, and you see the little baby head lift up, and then like that, like yeah, look at it all. It's big and magnificent, isn't it? Right? See what I'm saying? So I get where that baby comes from. Like, right? I'm with that baby. I'm totally down with that baby. Exactly. Whoa. But the little kids, and yes, there's been some memes, and I think the other one is the little Pittsburgh Penguins fan, and he's been a meme. He's like, yeah, something, I don't know, but it's like not even like whole toddler. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand when we're in buildings together that we have, more hockey life. You understand? We have to respect each other's hockey lives and make sure that, right, hockey like lives and thrives. So let's not be trying to, freaking kill each other. And the National Hockey League needs to understand the toll that it takes for these fellows for this long all year and constantly, and then families and so on and so forth. Right. The movement, the management, the trading pace is what's taking you down, fellas. Right. The trading pace is the best way I can put it. Management and trading. There are fellas who would do absolutely wonderful if they could just stay with one club, especially if they have children or family or something that you can't get at every other city or so on and so forth. It's your trading pace needs to slow down because if it doesn't, right, some of these fellows are going to start retiring at, right, the age of 30. And also, I don't understand how fans See, fans, where are they getting this from? Wherever they're getting it from, right? It better not be from within an NHL franchise or from within the NHL. You understand? Because I don't understand where some of these fans are getting these perspectives. It's like some fake game that doesn't actually happen. Fake is not a part of the National Hockey League, and so it's difficult to try and stay out of the politics and the religion, right? But I'm just gonna say I get that. So me personally, I don't even like talking about most of that stuff. Right? Then you get the philosophical types, and then everybody else is jumping in. And you're like, oh my god, right? uh, yeah, I know Putin's a turd, and whatever. The freaking right wing Reformationist Christians. Everything is a problem for you all, but it's not a problem for me. So you're not going to make it my problem, gentlemen. So I have been having entirely too much difficulty watching and listening and paying any attention to what you fellas are doing because of this crap. It's something is blowing up and it's going to pop. There's going to be a big bada boom. Big bada boom. Yes. But I put my personal trust in some of these individuals who run hockey clubs and who I've seen play and I've read things about them and that I've heard them talk and you know let's try and get your English and French and whatever language a little tighter. Let's try and be a little more grammatically correct because it also helps you. Okay, right. And I understand the many different languages. So, but when people of, whose first languages were something other than English are hanging around in North American ice hockey and they speak English better than some of the right natural born English speakers, could could you try to level, please, gentlemen? You need a little less party in the back. Okay? You need a little more business in the front. All right? A little more business in the front. A little less fun. A little less. Ooh, well, where can I put my winky? Okay? You understand? If you need women, freaking like have your coach put you all up on dating sites. I don't really care. Okay? No. Responsible growth is all. And I won't. I won't watch any of it because I'm not going to listen to some, arrogant, sad dumbass who's not getting the actual ridiculous boost that he's about to get if he gets sent down to the AHL. So shut it, fellas. Take care of your business. I don't care what you're saying to each other inside the glass, right? But there can't be anybody afraid. You understand? If you people got problems with gays and stuff, well, maybe you're gay and you just like jealous because he's got a boyfriend. I don't freaking know, and I don't freaking care because none of that has anything to do with the ice hockey, and none of it should have anything to do with the shield. Okay, so you fuck the racists. Pay no mind. Let them talk. Just look at them like, yeah. But in your head, be like, dumbass, right? Yeah, you'd be too stupid to reproduce. So, no sweat, everyone. Okay, done. But I had such a huge freaking setback. You understand that? Well, there's not going to be any of that happening in NHL clubs again. Okay, there are too many right fragile people who right can't have like angry, pissed off, drunken, whatever they are from years and years of abuse sitting in a freaking arena who just doesn't give a shit about anybody. Yeah, because those are the kind that do pull out guns and kill a lot of people. And there were too many of them sitting in that freaking arena, Leon sis. So I decided for my own safety to vibe to everywhere Every NHL club, all the hockeyverse. Like, don't bring your kids in there, man. No, you just man up and go without your family. You understand? I don't do rivalry ice hockey. I never do rivalry. We are not against each other. We're all ice hockey lovers. And we're all ice hockey lifers, whether we, pay in or we get money from it. Mend the fences, gentlemen. Take care of yourselves. No one can protect you from the Holy Lord Father God. So, you want to lead, well, then you need to be razor sharp. And everybody needs to help each other. And everybody needs to just continuously build. The build belongs to the Holy Lord Father God. So any of you, right, in the hockey verse trying to do the thinking, here's what I'm going to say. It's like, sorry, I've got your tentacle, Hollywood. Yeah, I'm squishing your tentacle. Right. You don't get to get your tentacle into the National Hockey League and think that for some reason it's going to be you doing the thinking for, right, the ace, right, very wise, intelligent, sharp thinking, right, fully grown men of the National Hockey League. The National Hockey League dictates to Hollywood. You understand what I'm saying, gentlemen? Good. Right. I don't know whether I'm going to die or not, but how I'm feeling about things is some things are going to have to change, right, for the better. And I'm not taking hits for any of you. So you can take your own hits, but that's what you need to do. I have, right, Hollywood's little freaking tentacle squished. I've got it squished. You understand? Right. So here, I know who's taking it. Just keep it squished, right? You don't do that. You don't do that. Hollywood does not have the right to tell the National Hockey League how to play a sport. And neither do all the entertainers who decided to build large, right? Yes, one built too big. Yes, it's monumental. However, it is too big. And therefore, right, it gets taken out by the Holy Lord Father God. So I can't help. I can't stop God. You want me to stop talking about God? It's just like, tell God. Tell God what you want. Tell God what you want. I got nothing to do with it. So I'm out. And I'm not going to be that public. And I'm going to be one of the most mysterious private people, right, ever to exist on planet Earth. But none of you will probably remember me or even know I exist. And yeah, I'm okay with it. So apparently I'm owned. So I can't say much more. But if the fully grown men, the sharp, intelligent, right, men of the National Hockey League, you need to be the ones to step up with each other, and you need to be the ones to, right, make sure certain removals happen, and you need to make sure that there's in your bylaws and in your, right, there needs to be, right, whoever inherits your club, right, it may not be kin, y'all, you understand? Okay, you find an intelligent hockey lifer who's a lover. And if the hockey club needs a transfer, forget about your own loins, gentlemen. See, that's selfish. I know all about Richard Dawkins' selfish gene. Okay, female would never call it that, ever. So put that fucking book down. And don't read any more Dawkins, anybody. Right? I'm not telling you to pick up the Bible. I'm just saying don't do that. Gentlemen, that is not the way things are at all. So, right? Be careful with your penises. Be careful with what you're putting in your body. Be a little more cautious and careful about what people are trying to sell you. Okay? Right? You all have to do this because I'm unable to actually protect your shield by the way that you all, Old Boys Club, set things up. But I disagree with the bylaws of the NHL in general. Take it or leave it. There's legal precedent. There's also legal precedent for, certain staff, like coaching staff, certain immediate operation staff, to be able to class action sue for back pay and right losses that occurred because right the ownership became so oppressive and refused to listen and refused to care and got themselves all in this, I'm in this big, gigantic vessel and I cannot be broken. Well, no, but you can end. Okay. So if there's going to be a player strike, throw that down on the table first. Like, we're not going to play if it doesn't add sports and if you don't consider that they're athletes and that they have, right, they need to have time to do things. They need to be able, they're not throwaways. You can't be throwing away human beings anymore. And so if you don't belong in the ice hockey, I'm trusting the gentleman to get them out by whatever needs necessary. So no, I'm not watching because I don't want to hear any of that horse shit. Protect your own fucking shield. Assholes. Okay? Some of the musical types, yes, you can't use that kind of craft, right, in this world without it killing you. How do you think that? I can't stop it from happening. Can't stop you from dying. How do you think I fucking feel? None of you know losses like I know losses. So just, you all need to be better to each other. And so, yep, the love is pouring out. And if you got extra, pour it on somebody else. There's no such thing as any other thing other than just love. That's it. That's all anybody needs to know is just love. So just the word love. Everywhere. Good enough. Okay? Try not to get arrested. Don't freaking maim each other. You understand? Like, don't be sticking your wee-wees near, other people's wives or girlfriends. Okay? And I don't care what kind of arrangements you have. You better have that locked tight, solid. And you would better all be married for like a long period of time. If you got freaking, strange arrangements, you understand? Well, yeah, I don't think your kids understand. So I just wanted to mention that. Right. Hockey, lifers, lovers, right. Just, you all need to aim for compassion and joy and patience. And so the only one I have for you is Galatians 5:25. Okay? 22 to, I think, 24, 25. Maybe it's 23, 25. Yeah. Okay? That's it. That's all I got. Because that's all you need from me. None of you are allowed to stress me out. None of you are allowed to think that for some reason I'm going to accept any of your toxicity. Right? Too bad. Toxic environments, right? Get domed by God and then clean. And if, right, the first try does not do the trick, he ends whatever is inside that dome. Right. So only you guys can turn this around for yourselves. My best advice to any Luciferian is turn around, go backward. Your poison might make me a little sick, but it doesn't kill me. I'm not your cleanup crew. I don't clean up anybody's messes. I don't live in anybody's mistakes. So, just do a little better, fellas, and understand that females need, you to be a little vulnerable too. You see, because sometimes you feel like, well, I gotta, you're making me do all this, and I don't ever get it. Don't complain about it. You understand? say, okay, well, we need to figure out, let's find a balance so that some of the things you like, we can do, and some things I like. If you don't know how to communicate and you want to all just be on the surface, well, then you all don't deserve partners and mates and couples anyway. You don't deserve to be coupled anyway because you're not capable of it. So, those who shouldn't be, fine. I don't give a crap. How many divorces Satan has to cut? You ignorant bastards, some of you. So, certain old boys club should not have anything to do with the National Hockey League. So, why? If you're a hockey lifer and you're a hockey lover, then right, yeah, root that out. Good. So anybody can be mad at me for any reason, but I don't know why you would. Right? I'm pretty, not doing so well. Um, well, I'm not the life of the party, right? Well, whether I die or not, I'm not gonna, get leave until I've said a few things and put a few things out there. So I am not misplaced in my trust of certain general managers in the National Hockey League and certain sportscasters or certain fans or certain families and communities, and right, they're real and genuine, that's for sure. I've run into many of them, but everyone has to look out for everyone else here, right? Hockeyverse, you gotta start getting healthier in every way. So don't everybody try and give everybody tips. Just right, just all anybody has to do, all the national, well, all the hockeyverse has to do is just think to themselves, I'm getting healthier. I'm getting better. I'm getting healthier. I'm getting better. Okay? That's where you want to aim. We aim the right way. Yeah. Goalie knows how to aim. When goalie sees major lane, you know what I'm saying? And other goalie ain't paying attention. Right. Take the shot. Get to GWG. But I have to go. Right? Um, Someone named Michael, who I will not say much about other than, yep, there's a male named Michael who will be addressing the press pretty much as worldwide as he can get it. So when that happens, perhaps you will know more, or perhaps you'll be cut off. So I have to pretty much be completely obedient to Michael. So that's what I'm doing. So now I'm at an hour, and I didn't really last as long as I thought I would anyway. I'm running out of everything. So, yep. My health. I'm aiming for healthier too, right? But we all should do it. So don't worry about it. Don't think about cancer, other crap. If you're not a doctor or researching it, only the ones who are researching it, you understand? Right. The rest of us, we're all just free. Right. We're free to love. We're free to give. We're free to share. We're free to, have problems and issues. And if you see somebody who you see that look and you know that look because you've been down that far before, and you like make sure that like you're trying to look them in the eye or eyeball them or give them that look like, don't worry, man. Like, let's get you a little lift, right? A little lift. Everybody just start lifting each other. But the National Hockey League needs to get a little more man wise. And man wise means, right, knowing which women to listen to and which women belong and which women do not. And the women need to shut up about discrimination, because if you can't handle it, you can't freaking handle it. There are plenty of women, they can handle it. Okay? There been no discrimination bullshit. Right. So make that airtight. Make sure that there is absolutely no possible way, gentlemen, that anybody, right, race, color, anything, right, there's no possible way anybody could even suggest that that is what it is. Okay? Right. Everybody's hurt everybody in this planet some way or another. We don't even know how. Right? We've all been hurt by stuff that's like we didn't really have anything to do with it. Just came careening through our lives and wrecked up everything. But okay, just just I can say this to the hockey verse. This is only for the hockey verse. Everybody else, right? Adults only. Yep, yeah. Just like to say on the TV show The Boys. I'm still not sure I'm totally into it, but I have watched the first 2 seasons. Yeah, don't be cunts. Okay? Right? Give each other shit sometimes. You got to bring out the best. Right? Fellas. Right. But you got to be more careful with women. And women need to be, a little more open sometimes to, good love. Because I know you get all hard because you've been getting nothing but the shit end of a freaking, a devil tail poking you in the eye and freaking eating your family, and all things just seem to go straight to goddamn hell. Right? Yeah. Women should not ever have to come out of hell ready to fight. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. All right, everybody, take care. I don't know when I'm going to be on again, but it's probably going to be not daily. So if you want to donate, just look up God Cares Ministries. But I can tell you it's Elkton, Maryland, 238 East Main Street, Elkton, Maryland, 21921. Or Givelify, God Cares Ministries. And I also need local volunteers, right? Right? I mean, money helps, but there's some other things, as much positive healing, a loving, wholesale, fully pure and genuine good thoughts sent my way just from your house. Right? Some people don't necessarily need to be out. I need to be around many fewer people because of that event, which occurred at a Washington Capitals game way back then. Yep. Like, that set me back. So anybody wanting to hurt me, well, congratulations, you have succeeded. The problem is that now, right, someone who can demolish you wants to hurt you, and I can't bear to watch. So just everybody take care. Okay, there's victory. I have no need to celebrate anything. I just want to recover and get better and be healthier. So take care.